I'd like to call to order the regular session of the Board of Commissioners for Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. At this time, Commissioner Andrews, if you would give our invocation.
Thank you. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for your many blessings. We thank you for this beautiful county in which we live. Thank you for the citizens, Lord, that are hardworking and they want a safe, great place to live. And we praise you for your blessings on us. We pray that you would take care of all of our county employees and keep them safe. And we bring all of this to you and ask for your wisdom and your guidance. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
If you would join me in the pledge of allegiance to the flag of our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. All right. The first item we have is the minutes of the regular session of July 1, 2025. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the minutes of July 1, 2025.
Do I have a second? Second. All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Motion carries. All right, that takes us to item number 2. Item number 2, this is the second of 3 public hearings the county is required to hold regarding the notice of intent to increase property taxes. There will be one more public hearing regarding the same before the millage rate is set. Harris County Board of Commissioners has tentatively adopted a 2025 millage rate which will require an increase in property taxes by 2.97% in the county-wide West Point area and by 2.58% in the West Point area. The tentative increase will result in a millage of 9.13 mills, an increase of 0.263 mills in the county-wide West Point area. Without this tentative tax increase, the millage rate will be no more than 8.867 mills. The proposed tax increase for a home with a fair market value of $250,000 is approximately $26.30. And the proposed tax increase for non-homesteaded property with a fair market value of $175,000 is approximately $18.41. In the West Point area, the tentative increase will result in a millage rate of 5.478 mills, an increase of 0.138 mills. Without this tentative tax increase, the millage rate will be no more than 5.340 mills. The proposed tax increase for a home with a fair market value of $175,000 is approximately $9.66. The proposed tax increase for a non-homesteaded property with a fair market value of $125,000 is approximately $6.90. The county millage before rollbacks is 10.82. Less the rollback, which is minus 1.69, means the county millage would be 9.13. The West Point millage before rollbacks is 7.17. Less the rollback, which is negative 1.69, would be the total West Point County portion, 5.478. All right. Mr. County Manager, do you have anything you would like to say before we proceed?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, the millage rate that is proposed is 9.13, which is the same millage rate as the prior year. That's all.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Anyone that would like to speak on the public hearing that we have for the millage rate may do that. We'll start over here on this side, and you can come up and speak and state your name, the address where you live in, and then you'll have 5 minutes, and there's a timer that'll be right over there. So anyone over here on this side that would like to come and speak, you can at this time.
My name is Stan Cash. I live at 9889 Highway 315 in Catawba. All I want to say is, I know this is probably going to pass. There's, regardless of what is said up here. But after 20+ years, I have paid my house off. It's mine. It's no longer a bank or it's my mortgage is paid off. At what point does the taxes relate to that? Is there anything that the attorney can say that if you get your house paid for, is it any other tax advantage?
There's not, as far as with regards to property tax.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else on this side that would like to speak? Please state your name and your address, and you'll have 5 minutes, sir.
My name is David Bill. I live at 160 Rhodes Drive. What else do you need?
That's it, you're good.
Okay,
You can
good.
speak, say what you need to say.
Okay. I've lived in the county since 1976. Built a home here in 1989 off the cabin, and I've seen the taxes go up. Rollback, how many times have we had a rollback, and how effective was it? I don't know. I've seen the hyperinflation over 4 times, and we never rolled back to square one where we were at. And the taxes keep going up. I'm against an increase in taxes. Don't know where the money's going, actually. I see where it's going in a lot of places, but on our side of the county, we're not seeing a lot of that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else on this side of the room? All right, is there anyone on this side of the room? Please state your name, your address, and we're trying out this new clock system over here, so y'all bear with us.
Tell me when you're ready. Go ahead. I'm Brian McKean. My address is 2334 O'Neill Road, West Point, Georgia, 31833. I took a look at the numbers that are on the PT 32.1 computation of millage rate rollback and percentage increase in property taxes 2025 forms that were published on the county website. And in looking at those numbers, the proposed reduction in rollback should produce an additional $484,686.45 in tax revenue. That being computed from the net digest of $1.827 billion times the ME of 0.263 mills at $480,535 plus West Point computation comes out to $4,150 for $484,686.45 total. That's what you're looking at gaining, $484,000. Has the projected increase in state grants relative to the current reassessment of agricultural lands that are in the Forestry Land Protection Act, FLIPA, conservation, been considered in these calculations? For those of you who don't know, land that's in FLIPA conservation is afforded a special tax rate set by the state, but we as a county don't lose all of that tax revenue as we would in CUVA conservation. In FLIPA conservation, it comes out, the county gets a grant from the state of 98.5% of lost tax revenue. If you use the increase in what the value of those lands that are currently in CUVA, what the 40% of fair market value went up between last year and this year, you're looking at approximately $41 million in increase there, which means that grant is going to be multiplied, the computation is going to be multiplied against that $41 million increase in fair market value, or 40% of fair market value. So what does that mean? If you use the rollback rate of 8.867 mills, this projects an increase in state grant of approximately $357,900. 74% of the value of the reduction in rollback that you're proposing. If the projected increase in the state grant is included in the calculations, in calculating the reduction in rollback can be reduced from 0.263 mills to 0.063 mills. The new millage rate would end up effectively being 8.93, and produce approximately the same revenue for the county with a nominal reduction in the rollback rate. Using these figures, the calculations come to the projected increase in FLIPA grant would be $360,390.85. A projected increase in tax revenue of $109.33 for a total increase in county revenue of $475,500.18. That's within 1.9% of what you're looking at to start with. I mean, you're looking at gaining 484,000. This gives you 475,000 of that 484,000 with a much less substantial effect on the tax. Right now, you're looking at $26.30 per $100,000 of taxable value that you're effectively taking from the consumers or the residents of the county. With these new numbers, you're only taking $6.30 per $100,000 in taxable value. You're allowing them to retain an extra $20 per $100,000 in taxable value, and you're achieving the same goal for the county. Now, I've looked at the forms, and I can't see a line for that FLIPA grant computation anywhere in the PT 32.1 form that's used for the calculation on this rollback, a reduction in rollback. Is anybody aware of whether those figures have been computed in determining what's there?
I'm not so aware, but are you telling me, are we guaranteed these funds?
These funds are guaranteed by the state under the Forest Land Protection Act. The state.
When do we get it?
You get it every year, and when you get it during the year, it's sort of up for grabs as to when the Department of Revenue gets the audits completed and gets everything turned around. You may get it on January 1 or you may get it on December 31, but in a $50, $60 million budget, when you get $300,000, it's not going to impact your overall budget as a county. I mean, you can still budget on it. You're going to get it. You're going to get it when they get through with the audits. Not sure that they
We can keep talking.
apply.
But Shelley wants to say something.
Well, I was gonna let you speak at the end so that you can speak on everything, unless you just want to speak now. And if you do, you gotta come up here, because they're not gonna hear you back there. So I figured you'd just wait to the end and hear what everybody says. Okay, there you go. Put it on your list.
You know, but yeah, the funds are guaranteed by the state. They're guaranteed by statute. And you'll hear someone, say that it's 97%, not 98, because it's 98.5. They split the first 3% of reduced value 50-50 with the county. So you get 1.5% of that, and then the other 97% they guarantee in total as well. So 98.5% of the tax revenue. It does not cost the county residents a dime to get that money. It comes from a state grant. Well, it costs you in your state income tax, but it doesn't cost you in your property tax.
If you say so.
Well, the statute says so.
All right. Thank you, sir. No, she's gonna do it at the end. All right, is there anyone else over on this side? State your name and your address, and you got 5 minutes, please.
Carolyn Smith, 8539 Lower Blue Springs Road. All right, thank you. I wrote this down because I'll ramble otherwise. So every 5 years, Harris County provides a comprehensive plan for the community, and the most recent one was 2004 for 2009. And it stated as part of their Harris County vision statement the following: Harris County will attract desired responsible new business and to ensure a fiscally sound government that is responsive to the needs of its residents and businesses while maintaining tax rates at a responsible level. In addition, one of the goals stated in the plan is as follows. Goal number 3, ensure that a balance is maintained between residential, commercial, and industrial development and available public services and facilities to accommodate planned growth. I suspect that we're here today discussing a tax increase because the balance between growth and cost of needed services is disproportionate. Part of the reason may be because of another part of the Harris County Vision Statement that I don't feel has been regarded, which is follows: preserving desired rural characteristics is a priority of Harris County. So that's in the comprehensive plan. It seems the breakneck speed of residential developments has indeed upset the proverbial apple cart. It's apparent we need more commercial and industrial development to close the revenue gap. I might also suggest maybe placing a cap on senior citizens as far as their property taxes, since they're on a fixed income at a minimum. But in closing, I would ask the Board of Commissioners to work alongside the Chamber of Commerce to reach a better and more lasting solution rather than taxing residents at an irresponsible level. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Anyone else over on this side? Please state your name, your address, and please take your hat off so everybody in TV land can see you.
My hair's messy. My name is Steve Feld. I live at 2130 Johnsonville Road, Hamilton, Georgia. It's a pretty hard act to follow here, right? So I'm gonna try to do what I can. So on the tax digest, I did some noodling, and it looks like the net change in assessed values from last year to this year is $295,982,830. So that's the 40% assessed value where the millage is applied. So we know there's a lot of money there, and I think Brian broke it down very effectively, way more than I could. So that's one of the numbers I want to talk about. Now, in the sentence that Susan had, over 24% of the Harris County population is over the age of 60. These people, they've lived here all their lives. I'm not quite 60, but I'll get there, I hope, right? They've lived here all their lives, some of them, and built their house and been paying taxes on it, and then the taxes keep going up. And these individuals on fixed income are finding it harder and harder. Just last year, my mother-in-law asked my wife and I to go buy one of her friend's houses. Why? Because they couldn't afford to keep it, so they did a reverse mortgage. That company came in and kicked her out of her house. She passed away, I don't know, a couple months later, health issues, but that is happening in our county. 18.8% is over the age of 65. A lot of these people don't work, or if they do work, maybe they're driving a bus or delivering mail or doing something in order to try to pay the taxes or keep their means or live. You know, we've seen fuel go up to, what is it? You guys know how expensive fuel is. The fuel's gone up, groceries have gone up, the cost of constructions went to $210 a square foot. By God, it's not worth that. I mean, this is the times we're living in, and I believe it all came from COVID, and it's just is still rolling forward. Out of those persons over 65 and older, 8% of them are actually below the poverty level. Now, this is from the census of 2023. So you got a lot of people in poverty. 7% of Harris County, 7.4% of Harris County is in poverty. And if you own a piece of property, more than likely you're going to be up here getting your property sold in a tax lien, right? Because they can't afford to keep it. I do have with me, let's see here, hang on a minute. I actually have a petition I created. It's not for this meeting. It's not for the mills. It's actually for Mr. Finney come Thursday. I've got over 241 responses from Sunday night at 10 p.m. through, I don't know, about a half hour before this meeting. I did a petition, and out of those, 239 people say they don't want the millage rate changed. This was in response to the school board, not this meeting. So this was a petition for the school board, but I assume the same principle applies. They don't want the millage to be increased. Two of those persons said yes. I believe it was a mistake, but it shows that the program does catch that data. And I don't know whether you need to see that or not. I didn't bring a pile of copies. But that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. I do feel that with this last assessment, the county has been able to get enough money out of that out of taxing the base of the extra $295 million to cover the millage for the school and the millage for the county. And beyond that, I would look for the county government and the school district to start running like they're a business. I can't just go out and buy a car and then tell my boss they need to pay me another $1,500 a month so I can pay for it. That's not how it works in the real world. It shouldn't be that way for people who are living in the county and trying to survive and, you know, hopefully someday pass away out here in the woods, you know, where we love it. And that's all I have.
Yep, thank you, sir. Anyone else on this side? Come state your name and your address.
Russell, 200 Young Lane, here in Hamilton,
She's gonna need your last name also.
Pickron. And then I want to challenge that. I think that, I'm giving it this time. I'm thinking that, possibly to come up and address elected officials, you shouldn't have to provide your name and address and that stuff if you don't want to do it. Also, me, if y'all know who I am, some of y'all may do, some of y'all may not. Google the name, Google Georgia Transparency. I promise you'll find out as a government watchdog group. And so I hear a lot about the tax increase, this is increasing, property values increase. There's one thing I have not heard. What are y'all rolling back? What are y'all scaling back? Are they, and I'll give you an example, cutting vehicles off while they're out working, you know, turning the engines off, saving fuel. So the taxes are, there's more people moving into the county, so there should be more tax money coming in. Should be a little bit more coming in, maybe not much, coming into the county if more people are moving here. What's the justification for raising it if you're not going to cut anything back? I mean, shoot, why not raise it 100%? Raise it 100%. We'll pay it. We will. We'll pay for it. It don't matter. Raise it. You know, raise the millage rate. I'm not too familiar with mills, so, you know, 100 mills, whatever. I think the school board's anticipating a 15%. Why don't they raise it 100% too? We'll pay for it. Don't matter. It's going to come out of our pocket regardless. But where is what's being scaled back? There's so many people moving into the county that more employees have to be hired, more vehicles need to be purchased, more infrastructure and stuff like that. Where's the justification for the raise for it? And if there is, then there is. I don't think too many people can. I hate the tax raise, I think, as much as anybody else does. But I think you would make people a lot more comfortable if it's not just we're raising taxes. Oh, because of the state this, the state that, this. No, it gets people upset. We're raising it because of this, because of this. Hey, but we're scaling this back. We don't need this many employees here. So I'm not saying terminate positions, but, you know, maybe start getting rid of some people and give them a severance. Don't just cut them, don't just kick them out the door and, you know, hey, have fun, have a nice life. Can you save money that way? Where's the county saving money? Like, where are y'all saving money? What are y'all doing to try and save money? What's the plan to save money? And I'm sure many people here have budgets, live budgets. They know how to save, purchase certain things, do certain things. You know, I get it. It's not your money. It's his money. It's his money. It's hers. It's hers. It's everybody's money out here. And it's real easy to swipe that card or write that check because it's not your money. And I know you've already got it set in your minds of what y'all are going to do with the tax increase, decrease, leave it the same. Just how I feel. My opinion, my viewpoint, that it's already set. It's already made up in your minds what y'all are going to do. But I challenge this. I challenge y'all to do this. Do not increase it. Leave it the same for this year. Leave it alone. Don't change it. Leave it this year alone. I know y'all have an emergency fund you can dip into for emergency stuff. I know y'all have that. Every county, every government body has funds for contingencies, for emergency stuff. Leave it alone. Get the same amount you're getting now in 2025 for 2026, but try to scale stuff back. Quit spending. I'm not sure. I have no idea what y'all are spending. I'm not going to even elaborate on what's being spent. I don't think anything's immoral, unethical, or illegal or anything. But it can get real easy to get into reckless spending. It's legal, of course, but spending. Oh, well, we'll just raise the taxes. So are we following the city of Grantville? If y'all are familiar with that, taxes going up 4 times, almost 50% in a year and a half. So be cognizant of what you're doing, because everyone out here controls, minus y'all two, controls who sits in these seats up here with whenever y'all run. So I challenge y'all, do that. Challenge y'all. Keep it the same, scale back the spending. Thank y'all, I appreciate it.
Yep, thank you, sir. Please state your name and your address, and y'all have 5 minutes.
All right. My name is Timothy Hudson, 26 Wood Duck, Forreston, Georgia, 31808. Now, I ain't been here but a year. I moved from Albany to Georgia. But now, a lot of people don't understand I'm medical out with GDOT. I ain't in the military. So when you're in the military, the first thing they buying a house, they get that site. See, GDOT pay for everybody in each county in the state of Georgia. That's how they get so much money. A lot of people don't understand. These residents don't understand that. I understand it. See, everybody sitting in here, GDOT pay for that. They give each county so many $1 million. Every 25,000 people, $5 million. Don't think I don't know. I know it. I done did the work with them. And I want to know what the tax. I ain't too much. The proper tax, I ain't too much worried about that. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But the school tax, I most worried about, because y'all ain't got one high school. And every school is on a state route. Everything you have, most on a state route. Post office, grocery store, gas station, all that on a state route. People don't even pay attention to it. You gotta pay attention to it. Banks is on a state route. Prison on a state route. Courthouse on the state route. Making money. But see, the thing is, what is y'all doing with the tax? That's very important. Everybody talking about it, like my man just left from up here. What is you doing with it, though? Was you taking the money and put in other places? Y'all don't have a fire department, 24-hour service. What you doing with that? Ain't nobody on, if a house catch on fire, the house be burned down. If a business catch on fire, y'all ain't got nobody. We gonna get the volunteer, he might be on the pond, he might be hunting. Y'all need somebody on 24 hours, on call. I'm talking about they're working. We put our money into something. This county, you say this a big county, Callaway gun, this and that. They got small county, got MT wagons and fire department open 24 hours. It very concerned me. Roads. GDOT pay y'all do the road and they do the state route. A lot of people don't understand that part. I understand it. And y'all got some good people working. Y'all got prison. How much money do y'all get for the prison? Y'all got prison picking up trash. The guys driving the trash truck. Guys driving the hauling truck. You got prison helping with them. You know, I know you're cutting a lot of costs, but, you know, at least put the money where people be able to see it. What we can do to development, if we could bring more, stores, instead of taking all our money to Publix and Columbia and Muskogee. We don't need to put the money there, we need to put the money over here. What we could come off the interstate there, state route 315, I know people don't want it, but at the end of the day, you got to have some development to help you all to cut down some of the taxes. That's what people got to understand. If you put more business or companies, that would cut down the tax. If you ain't got nothing coming out, you got to have something coming in. And we got to be able to work together, development, bring something. Put hotel coming out there, put a shopping center, put a public. We ain't got to take all our money over there in Columbia, Georgia, or LaGrange. You know, I'm just doing business the way I look at our roads. They look good. Some of them do. Some kind of road need to be right away to right away. I know my subdivision, Mr. Pete, come in with the prison. He did a good job, right away to right away. I talked with the prison inmate, no, not inmate, I talked to, I have Rick with him, who owned the prison, and then Mr. Fowler owned the department, Rick with the public, with the tax. I understand y'all got a hard job, but we got to work together. Just like my man say, we got, when you go around voting time, you go knock on the door, and what lie you got to tell. See, you know, Joker believe a lie in a minute. He'll tell a lie, but he gonna do the job. If you say you gonna do this, try to work on that. You gonna work in the community? Work in the community. Come together as a unity. We could build anything we want, we put our head together. That's all it takes. Trust. Trust one another. And the gas costs, they already got the gas cost prorated. When your kids got out for the summer, they raise the gas up. They'll drop the gas down before you can be able to ride. When the kids get back in school, then they raise the gas back up. That's how it goes. So he got over all that.
Thank you. Anyone else over on this side? Please come up and state your name and your address. Okay. Well, she'll wait till you get there.
Yeah, don't start that in 5 minutes. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
George Moore, 41 Savior Lane, right up the street here in Hamilton. Hey, I just got a question. I watched this noon session today, and someone alluded to all the folks in Harris County who's really got the money is 65 and older. I'd like to know who that person was that said that. You watch it, whoever is out here, watch the last 10 minutes of it. You go on YouTube and see it. And let me tell you, that's kind of a crazy statement, because ever since I've lived here, my taxes have gone up every year. We keep talking about tax. Oh, the cost of your house, the cost of your house. If any of you have stocks, the federal government, by the way, a few years ago tried to start taxing me on, it's called unrealized gains. I own a stock, I bought it at, let's say, $10. It went to $100. The federal government thought about, hey, I'm gonna tax you on that $90 just like you had it in your hand. They didn't do it. But we do it all the time, every year, right here to ourselves. Because it happens to you too. That's something, you know, don't think I'm up here not realizing that you pay taxes too. And we do it to ourselves every year. Well, the cost of your house was this, you paid this much for it, and the tax assessor, whenever you talked about that today in that meeting, was the state, it's the state, it's the state. Who is standing up for us to stop that craziness? Because my house, I keep getting taxed more. Well, your house is worth more. I go down here to this office, your tax is it's worth more. It is not just like a stock. If I bought it for $1 and it's $100, I didn't make a dime until I sell it. And we keep doing that stuff. In Harris County, I'm telling you, you're not afraid to tax someone. And we talk about school taxes, and I'm all for schools, and I think Harris County's got some great schools. Thing of it is, I pay school tax all the time. Hadn't had anyone in school in, I don't know, forever. I'm not 65 either, but I know 65 is coming. But you talk about school tax, and all this. I'm all for schools. But I got a grandson. My son and daughter-in-law moved to Columbus. He went over here to Pine Ridge. If I want him to go to Pine Ridge now, it costs me $4,700, or it costs them $4,700. I'm paying taxes here. Why can't my grandson go to that school? I don't understand that. There's a few things that's kind of weird to me. And all this, we tax. We're going to keep taxing until there's nothing else left to tax. And that's a concerning thing for me. And I was not even coming up here till I heard someone say, the folks who got the money in the county, watch the last 15 minutes if you think I'm lying. The folks in the county that's 65 and older, they got the money. Someone on this panel said that today.
I can tell you what I said, but it was not that.
I'll tell you what, run the rerun. I don't think it was you, because I can recognize voices. I don't think, if it was you, If it was you, go back and watch the last 15 minutes and see how you take what you said, because to me, it said, well, they're 65, they're the ones who've been working all their lives. Say, you didn't say this, but this is the way I took it. I've been working all my life. You understand? I've been working all my life. I still work today to gather a little bit of money. Well, they're the people with the most money. Let's tax the crap out of them. It might not have been what you said or what you meant. That's the way I took it. That's why I'm standing here, because I shouldn't be staying here anyway, because, well, I got this leg and this arm thing, but anyways, we'll get through that. But that's all I got. Just think about these taxes, because it's going to affect you too, sooner or later. Thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Anyone else on this side? Anyone else on this side? Anyone else on this side? All right, there being no one else, Shelley, if you would please come up and address whatever concerns you can address. Please state who you are, so the ones that don't know who you are will know that you're the tax assessor. And please make sure you talk loud.
Can I
Or-
move this a little bit? I wonder if I can
Oh.
bend it forward that way. Okay. Okay, my name is Shiley. I am the chief appraiser of the tax assessor's office here in Harris County. And I've tried to make notes as everyone was speaking so I can address a couple things. It is a very highly regulated process that we have to work in our office that's regulated by the state. I know people don't like to hear that the state tells us what to do, but property taxes started in Georgia in 1853. I do not have the time to voice myself to state legislators about changing it. I always encourage taxpayers who feel that they can represent Harris County or represent themselves as a taxpayer to go and speak to your legislators, go and speak to your state representatives. House Bill 581 happened because taxpayers wanted to see a difference in what they were being taxed on with inflationary growth. I do not know if property taxes and the audits that we have to be a part of can ever be changed, but I know that it's my job to stay in compliance. And I take that job very seriously. I don't want Harris County to be penalized or to have to be fined because our office is not functioning the way we're supposed to. Every year, the Department of Audits and Accounts audits our sales compared to what a property is selling for. We are expected to predict what somebody is going to sell their home for. Do we like that process? No. Do we have to stay within regulations? Yes. Every 3 years, the Department of Revenue comes in and goes through our entire CAMA system, which is our mass appraisal system, and looks at what we have in our schedules, in our tables, in our minutes, in our meetings, how we're functioning, what we're approving. The state makes sure that we're not taking advantage of taxpayers, because this test that we have to pass every year, not only is it showing if we are properly assessing values at a fair market value, it also is going to show if a county is overvaluing a property. It will show you both ways, undervaluation, on the mark, and overvaluation. Harris County has a long history of our overall audit being where it's supposed to be at, between 38 and 39, and 40 is where we want to be. Just a little understanding of the roles within the county. There's a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding that the tax assessor's office is going to raise your value so that the county or the school gets more money. We do not value property based on what somebody's tax bill will be. We do not have any information kept in our office of what is owed, what is due, what hasn't been paid, what bills are being sent out, nor what taxes are being collected. I know that our office is called the tax assessors, but we are here to value your property for the county and for the school. Brian had a lot of really good points with the FLIPA grant. That's not something new. It's just something that I don't think a lot of people in the county have paid much attention to. FLIPA is great. If you have the acreage that's necessary, we always encourage people to sign up for FLIPA. We do get that grant money back. That grant calculation is not put into the PT 32.1, which is that rollback sheet. And I'm not sure why. I would think because it's not actually considered tax revenue, it's considered a grant. And he was right, you don't know when you're gonna get it. I gave him a couple numbers earlier. In 2022, they didn't receive that grant money until the following year. In '23, they received that grant money in the same year. And for '24, they did not receive that grant money until May of '25, and there's still counties who have not received their '24 grant money. Do I think it should be considered when you guys are planning for your budgets and looking at what you have in your reserves? Absolutely. He had a lot of really good points with that. The last thing that I'll cover quickly was just, Mr. Felt did point out how much our digest has changed. It has changed $295 million, absolutely. But you cannot talk about that number if you're gonna talk about taxes and ignore the exemptions that are removed. The county lost $222 million in exemptions. So our taxable digest went up $73 million, which is about $645,000 in tax revenue on the 913 millage rate. I'll just repeat like I did this morning. If you don't know your homestead status, please call our office or email me. You have until Friday for it to count for this year. You still have to have owned your property as of January 1. If you don't agree with your valuation of your property, you have until Friday at 5 o'clock to come in and talk to us. If you can't come in, you can mail us your appeal form and your documents. Just make sure it's postmarked for Friday. Any questions?
Anyone have any questions? Greg?
Do you have a sense for, it's really important this year that people that haven't filed for their homestead exemption file for it because there's so much more value involved with that filing?
Absolutely. We've had more homestead exemption applications than we have had appeals.
You have, say it again?
We've had more people come in and apply for their homestead exemption than we have had come in and apply for appeals or
Good.
file an appeal.
Is that
There's a
like
very big
dozens
benefit.
of people or hundreds of people or?
We've had 69 appeals, and we have had over 120 homestead applications.
Good.
So we're trying to spread the word as best as we can, trying to share the information as much as we can. And if you don't get in for 25, there's always next year. And if you didn't purchase your property by January 1st of this year, you can come in at any time and apply for it for 2026. And it has a big benefit now because of House Bill 581.
And so in general, I hope you've said it a lot, but given the House Bill 581 as it worked, people with 5 acres in a house or less, their tax bill, at the bottom line, their tax bill shouldn't change from last year. Is that basically a fair statement?
If the millage rate doesn't change, then
If
the
the
tax bill
millage
will
rate
not
doesn't change?
Correct.
Because so the state has come up with a remedy to address
Inflationary growth.
inflationary factors, so that going forward, this year, there was no property tax increase given if you were 5 acres with a house.
Right.
Next year, it's only going to be based off some index adjusted for inflation. But, the days of you getting taxed, of your property going up 10%, 15% and getting taxed on that are behind us, not in front of us, correct?
For homesteaded properties.
For homesteaded, assuming 5 acres in a homestead exemption, which covers the majority of the people in this county, I would bet. I don't know that, but
A little over 9,000 people
9,000 of how many?
out of 20,000 properties.
Oh, so less than half.
Not every property in Harris County has a home on it, that's why.
Okay.
All right, anybody have any more questions for Shally?
I probably spoke too fast. Hopefully I spoke loud enough.
Well,
Next time I'm gonna have to put you guys on a timer.
Anyone have anything else they'd like to say? Anyone? Mr. County Manager, you have anything you'd like to say?
No, sir.
All right. I'm going to. The only thing I will say at the end, and I just want to refer to the gentleman that said leave it the same. We are leaving it the same. The millage rate for the county is not changing. It is exactly the same as it was last year, the year before. So we have not changed the millage rate, and we're not going to change the millage rate. So we are leaving it the same. So I just want to let you know we are leaving it the same. All right, that being said, I'm going to close the public hearing, and we will move on to item number 3. And I'm gonna see if I can do this correctly. We have Dr. Asante Hiltz from the Valley Healthcare System Incorporated to receive a proclamation in recognition of the Community Health Center Week. And I'm gonna try to read this. Proclamation, Community Health Center Week. Whereas Valley Healthcare System Incorporated has been a pillar of our community, providing quality and accessible and affordable healthcare services to individuals and families regardless of their circumstances. And whereas Valley Healthcare System Incorporated is committed to improving health outcomes by offering comprehensive medical, dental, and behavioral health services to underserved populations. And whereas Community Healthcare Week serves as an opportunity to recognize the vital role of community health centers in ensuring healthcare access and promoting wellness initiatives. And whereas Valley Healthcare System Incorporated has been instrumental in offering preventative care, health education, and chronic disease management programs tailored to community needs. And whereas the observance acknowledges the dedicated healthcare professionals, staff, and volunteers who work tirelessly to provide compassionate and high-quality care to all individuals. And whereas it is essential to encourage community involvement, partnerships, and advocacy efforts to sustain and expand community-based healthcare initiatives. And whereas Harris County joins in celebrating Community Healthcare Valley and recognizes Valley Healthcare System Incorporated for its ongoing contributions to public health and well-being. Now therefore, I, Chairman Rob Grant, do hereby proclaim August 3rd through August 9th, 2025 as Community Health Care Week. And so we would like to present this proclamation. And if y'all will come up here, we'll come over there and we'll get a picture. Or before we do that, do you have anything you would like to say?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Well, first, we want to thank you. I'm Dr. Asante Hiltz. I'm joined by our board members and one of our staff members here. As you all know, we're located at 94 McCrary Road in Fortson. We're currently open on Fridays and by appointment only at that location, and our hope is to get a larger workforce so that we can be open daily at that location. But we have been partnering with the Family Connections here in Harris County and other community partners to bring more resources to anyone in the county. We also have a National Community Health Center Week flyer that we would like to share with you all, and it highlights some of the events that we'll be doing this week. And thank you so much for allowing us to be here and serving your county.
Oh, thank you. All right, we'll come around and do the picture. So we can hold this and then everybody can come in around.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that takes us down to item number 4. We have Robert Hay. A citizen has requested to appear before the board to discuss the Maple Lakes neighborhood. Mr. Hay has been provided with a copy of the local rules of order and advised that he has 5 minutes in which to make his comments. Don't start the clock until Mr. Hay starts. I thought we had already voted to fix this. Okay.
My name's Robert Hay. I live in 32 Maple Lakes Court in Catala. I'm here on behalf of the owners of Maple Lakes subdivision in Catala. This is the third time I've been in front of the board for this issue. I provided that to maybe jog your memory. That issue was we were directed to take those covers down because the previous county manager said it posed a risk, safety risk. We came back, proposed in April of this year, a solution to address those risks. And I'm here today, hopefully get resolution. We're doing our budget planning for next year, and part of that is the cost is going to be to install those. So that's what I'm here for.
I'm gonna tell you that I thought we agreed in April to let you do this right here. So I'm telling you that unless I'm mistaken, the 5 commissioners have voted that what you presented us, we believe is absolutely okay, and you have the vote or the permission of the board, however it's stated, to do this.
Yeah, in April.
And I thought it had already been done,
in
so
April,
I apologize.
Yeah, they had the county attorney look at it, and then they said somebody from the road department would get in contact with me. I haven't heard anything.
Brian Williams was supposed to get with
He was supposed to, but I know at the last time, everybody agreed that this looks good, and so we believe you're good to go.
That's all I need. That's
Yeah.
all I'm here for. Thank you.
We should be
Appreciate
good.
it.
All right,
Good
thank
evening.
you.
I'm leaving now.
Mr. Chairman.
I got a appointment I gotta get to.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, one more thing, Mr. Hay. I've spoken to Brian Williams about this. I've not had the opportunity to meet you, but I spoke with Brian about it. You don't even need a permit to do this.
That's right.
Make it happen.
Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. All right, that takes us down, item number 5, and that citizen who, was wanted to appear on item number 5, has called, Andrea and said that she was not coming today. So that'll take us on down to, new business, which is item number 6. Lee Starlin, Waverly Hall Youth Sports Association appointment, has resigned, his position on the Recreation Board. The Waverly Hall Youth Sports Association has recommended that Jason Rhodes be appointed as their representative on the Recreation Board. Term of this appointment is for the unexpired position, which would be until 12/31/2026. A motion and vote are needed for this appointment, and I'll make the motion that we appoint Mr. Jason Rhodes to fill the unexpired position of Mr. Lee Starlin, which would end on 12/31/2026. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? All right, motion carried. All right, that takes us to item number 7. This is the annual agreement with the Georgia Department of Transportation, GDOT, for an inmate work detail consisting of a maximum of 10 inmates and 1 correctional officer, for which GDOT provides this vehicle, supplies all equipment, tools, and materials, and has been paying the county $39,500 for the correctional officer. The proposed agreement has been updated to pay the county $68,389.02 for the correctional officer. This detail assists in the maintenance of GDOT equipment, buildings, and rights-of-way, and works in counties other than Harris County. This agreement covers the period through July 31, 2026. A motion and vote are needed to approve the agreement and authorize the county manager and county clerk to execute any necessary documents. Mr. County Manager, do you have anything you'd like to say on this? Because I know you've been working on it.
Mr. Chairman, I've worked on this for several weeks. Just proud to renegotiate a contract that makes more sense. That's all.
All right, do I have a motion?
I make the motion to approve the agreement and authorize the county manager and clerk to execute the documents.
All right, do I have a second? I'll second. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? All right, that takes us to item number 8. A time extension request was made via Carter and Sloop several months ago due to some GDOT property issues that prevented the county's contractor from completing their work on the original anticipated schedule. GDOT has worked out their issues, and our contractor will be completing his work over the next month. This time extension will be more than enough to allow the county to close out the project by August or September. Carter and Sloop recommends that Harris County approve this resolution, which modifies the dates within the promissory note and loan agreement to allow for completion of the project. A motion and vote are needed to approve the resolution and authorize the chairman, county manager, and county clerk to execute any necessary documents. Mr. County Manager, you have anything you'd like to say on that?
No, sir.
Do I have a motion? Go ahead.
I'll make the motion that we approve the modification of the promissory note and loan agreement on for the Highway 27 water line replacement.
All right. And, I'll second that, motion. Do we have a motion and a second? Any discussion?
And that's to authorize the chairman, county manager, and county clerk as they execute any
Yes,
necessary documents.
that's correct. Thank you, sir. No other discussion? All in favor? All right, motion carries. All right, it takes us down to number 9. This includes an amendment of a loan agreement and note is related to the initial $100,000 in principal forgiveness grant for the lead service line inventory. Every project throughout the state is on the same schedule, and GFA issued a blanket time extension to December 31, 2025. There is no flexibility with this loan, and all of the money has to be spent by December 31st, 2025, and Carter & Sloop doesn't believe that Harris County will have any problems with this schedule. The contractor will be starting on his field investigation in a couple of weeks and will be finished before the end of the year. The county also has a second grant loan from GFA for $480,000, which is $120,000 in principal forgiveness grant and a $360,000 in loan. Carter & Sloop recommends that Harris County approve this amendment. A motion and vote are needed to approve the amendment of loan agreement and note and authorize the chairman, county manager, and county clerk to execute any necessary documents. Mr. County Manager, have anything to say on this?
No, sir, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to amend the loan agreement and the note and authorize the chairman, the manager, and the clerk to execute the documents.
All right, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? All right, motion is approved. All right, that takes us down to item number 10. In April of 2025, the board approved the resolution related to the adoption of the 2024 Capital Improvement Element Annual Update. The Georgia Department of Community Affairs, DCA, has again reviewed the annual Capital Improvement Element, CIE, update for Harris County and found that it adequately addresses applicable requirements. Harris County now needs to adopt the CIE update via resolution and after receipt by DCA, they will notify us that our qualified local government status has been extended. A motion and vote are needed to approve the resolution authorizing the adoption of the 2025 Capital Improvement Element Annual Update. Well, I'll make the motion that we approve the resolution authorizing the adoption of the 2025 Capital Improvement Element Annual Update. Do I have a second? All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? All right, motion carried. All right, I believe that takes us down to item number 11, which would be Mr. County Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Just a brief report for you this evening. Hudson Mill Road is still closed. The bridge is being worked on. That repair is underway. A gabion wall is being installed and will be backfilled, and we hope to have this thing completed in a couple of weeks. And I know that's certainly wanted to see it done and completed before school starts, but just ask you to bear with us just a little while longer. That work continues. I did receive a contract from the Transportation Investment Act Office through the Department of Transportation for the next phase of the Man of War Trail. That grant award through TIA is $5 million. Carter & Sloop did submit yesterday concept maps and cost estimates and engineering proposal for the next phase of this, and I'll be presenting that to the board at the next regular meeting as I just received all of that. As far as the 2024 audit, I've got some really good news. I had in my hand yesterday a draft. That will be finalized. It is forthcoming, and you should have it on the agenda at the next regular meeting for your consideration as well. So very, very good news with that. With that, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I'd be available to try to answer any questions you may have.
All right, thank you, sir. That takes us to Mr. County Attorney.
I have nothing to report for the board tonight, but certainly can answer any questions.
All right, that takes us to, do we need to go into executive session for anything that anyone knows of?
I have no need for executive session
All
tonight.
right, thank you, sir. All right, that gets us down to where I would entertain a motion to adjourn, but before I do that, I would just like to say, please, everyone in the room and on TV land, keep your prayers in for school starting. School buses will start running the roads. And as Dr. Andrews and I have been in education longer than we want to admit, those first days are tough with the teachers and administrators, and the students. So keep all of those in your thoughts and your prayers. Does anyone have anything else? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. I have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? All right, we're adjourned. Thanks, everyone.